Do you know what problem has been annoying me the most over the past few years? Model isolation. We had amazing models from GPT, Claude, and Google. They were smart. They knew quantum physics and could write a pretty solid piece of code. But they were stuck inside a glass jar. They couldn't see my local code or what was in my database. They couldn't look into my Google Calendar or email or analyze documents stored in the cloud. A bit later, editors like Cursor slightly improved the situation by giving models access to the project's code. However, until recently, making AI friends with all other tools required writing a lot of complex, custom code. And for every new task, you had to build a unique solution from scratch. That all changed about a year ago when the well-known company Anthropic introduced the Model Context Protocol, or MCP for short. Later, OpenAI also added MCP support to its products. From that moment on, the evolution of AI models moved to a whole new level. Not because they were fed even more data, but because they learned how to interact with the outside world. Hi, I'm Nick, and I've been developing software for over 20 years. On this channel, I share my experience, insights, and thoughts about IT. So, what exactly is MCP? In simple terms, it's an open standard that allows AI models to connect to any data sources and tools in a secure and unified way. And this is precisely what solves the problem of AI model isolation from real-world data. There's no longer a need to write custom integration code for every single service. Before this protocol existed, developers had to build unique integrations for each individual data source, Google Drive, GitHub, Slack, and so on. MCP, on the other hand, offers a universal way to connect AI to any external system. You create an MCP server once, for example, for your database, and any AI client, whether it's Claude Desktop, the Cursor IDE, or another tool, can connect to it. In my view, MCP is something that truly changes the rules of the game. Its work is mostly invisible, but it's exactly what turns AI from a smart chatbot into a real digital assistant. But enough theory and abstract talk. Let's look at what this actually means in practice. So, how does it work? The MCP architecture consists of three parts. Server, a small program that has access to specific data, your Google Drive, local files, Slack, or a PostgreSQL database. Host, the application you work in, such as Claude Desktop, Cursor, or Z. Client, a built-in mechanism inside the host application that maintains the connection to the MCP server and receives context from the MCP server for the MCP host to use. In this way, MCP essentially releases your AI model into the real world, giving it access to any data sources and tools, but in a secure and unified way. The protocol clearly and unambiguously defines what data is available to the model, which tools it is allowed to call, how this information is described, and how it is delivered to the model. For example, you can set up an MCP server to access your database, and then, from your favorite editor, ask the AI to do something with it. At that point, your interaction with AI changes fundamentally. You can now retrieve real data from the database, analyze it, and even modify it. Or you can connect AI to your project management system and interact with issues. For example, something like this. Look through the code and figure out what might be causing the problem described in issue number 534. So as a developer and as someone who helps companies integrate AI into their business processes, I see three massive advantages here. First, with the arrival of MCP, the era of copy-paste is finally over. You no longer need to paste hundreds of files of code or documentation into a chat just to have AI analyze them or find a bug. You simply connect an MCP file system server and the AI model can see the files directly on your disk, the folder structure, and the relationships between files. Of course, you can strictly limit this access so the model only sees what you explicitly allow. The second major advantage is that the Model Context Protocol is an open standard, and the community has already started actively building ready-to-use MCP servers. Need access to an SQLite database? There's a server for that. Need access to Git? There's a server. Want to control a browser through AI? That already exists. Today, there are dozens, if not hundreds, of different MCP servers available, and there will be many more because all the major players like Google, OpenAI, and Anthropic already support this standard. And the third advantage of MCP is security. This is a critically important point. You remain fully in control of which folders or databases the AI can access. The model does not have access to your entire computer or server. It only sees what you explicitly connect through the protocol. MCP clearly defines what is allowed and what is not, and enforces strict boundaries around all other data. Here are a few recent examples from my own practice of how I've been using MCP. The first example is documentation access. One of the MCP servers I use, Context 7, provides access to up-to-date documentation for thousands of popular libraries. As a result, the AI is always aware of the latest changes in your frameworks and libraries. It no longer suggests methods or functions that no longer exist. Instead, it uses exactly the features that match the specific library versions you're working with. I've been using this MCP for almost a year now, since last spring, and I'm extremely happy with it. I highly recommend trying it if you haven't used it yet. The second example is related to intelligent search. I actively use Obsidian. For those who don't know, it's a very convenient application for working with notes. I have thousands of notes there, essentially an entire knowledge base. And it's extremely useful to leverage this accumulated knowledge with AI when working on a project. By the way, you can do the same thing with Notion as well, or another your favorite knowledge management system. If you've watched up to this point and already realized that MCP is a useful and important thing, I'll now show you a few places where you can find exactly what you need. Before that, it's worth mentioning that for very specific tasks, a ready-made MCP server might not exist, and that's not a problem. You can always write your own MCP server, and it's not difficult at all. In my next video, I'll show you how to do this step by step, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So, the first place where you can look for an MCP server that fits your needs is the website mcpservers.org. It hosts a large collection of servers, conveniently organized into categories, so you can quickly navigate to exactly what you're looking for. For example, here are all the MCP servers related to version control systems. As you'd expect, most of them are focused on HIT, but there are others as well. By the way, with these servers, you can work not only with local Git repositories, but also interact with GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, and other popular platforms. You can also use the search feature. That's often the fastest option if you already know what you're looking for. The second place I recommend checking out is this GitHub repository. It contains a large number of links to various MCP servers. This repository mostly lists official integrations with popular services. Each link includes a short description, so it's easy to understand what it's for, and in most cases, even the server name alone makes its purpose quite clear. This is actually where I found the MCP servers for working with Amazon AWS and Microsoft Azure, which I use from time to time. Since this is a GitHub repository, there's no dedicated search built into the page, but you can always use your browser's built-in page search instead. If you know the name of the service you want to connect, you'll find it very quickly. So, let me briefly summarize. In today's world, the knowledge contained inside AI models themselves is no longer enough to significantly increase your productivity and the effectiveness of how you use artificial intelligence. You need to give it access to additional information. No matter what you're using, Cursor, Google Anti-Gravity, Zed, or anything else, make sure to connect MCP. It will completely change the way you work with AI and dramatically expand what you're able to do. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you enjoyed this video. See you soon. Take care.